Thank you for your contribution. Glad you could put the connection with Obama, in your narrative. Hope people learn something. Have you done Patty Hearst yet? Yeah, I've done videos about her. I remember that story, at least from, well, I don't remember it when it came out, obviously, but when I watched the movie on it, yeah, she was the daughter of a newspaper Harris that SLA kidnapped. So SLA was the Symbionese Liberation Army. They're all the same. They're all the same. They're all about communism. They either work above ground or below ground, like the Weather Underground was underground, but now they're above ground, really, because they're still active, but they're just in the education system. They're in the government, and it is all designed to destroy the United States Constitution. So in their goals of using the black community, that's what all of them do, is use the black community. Doesn't matter if it's BLM, the SLA, Weather Underground Group, Black Liberation Army, Black Panthers, take your pick. In the case of the SLA, they only had one black member who I believe was the head of it. So they were a small group of multiracial militant revolutionaries based in California. Yeah, the group was multiracial, but as far as the leaders, there was only one black leader. During the 1970s, that owes nearly all of its notoriety to the kidnapping and subsequent indoctrination of Patty Hearst, the newspaper heiress. They were founded in Berkeley, California in 1973 by a Donald DeFreeze, known to the group as General Field Marshal Symbionese. I can't pronounce the name. Many of the people in these groups, the leaders, they changed their names to be Swahili names. That's what the BLM leaders did too. The group lived much of its short life in the media spotlight, making the SLA one of the more famous, infamous revolutionary groups of the era, though one of the least respected politically. I don't respect any of them. But they killed a superintendent of a school in California. They were violent. They kidnapped Patty Hearst. They put her in a closet with no light. For like weeks, may have even been months. I think it was weeks though. And so what she ended up developing was Stockholm syndrome. She identified with her captors because they fed her. It was a total indoctrination, brainwashing, because she went on to then help this group rob banks. So she ended up. They finally got her away from them, but I think she did have to face some jail time. But that's when it all came out about how they indoctrinated her. So this is Patty Hearst's mugshot, because she was involved in robbing some banks. They were a violent group. They were the far left. They're like all the other ones that come up. Their symbol was a 7-headed cobra. They would leave this calling card wherever they went. Manifest. So think really hard before you start going down that Oprah Winfrey tract of you can raise your vibrations and manifest. That's a trap, I keep saying. But so in the SLA's manifesto, their Declaration of Revolutionary War, and the Symbionese program, they said the name, with the symbol anyway, the name Symbionese is taken from the word symbiosis, and we define its meaning as a body of dissimilar bodies and organisms living in deep and loving harmony and partnership in the best interest of all within the body. So, yeah, always these radical symbols. The SLA was also known as the United Federal Forces of the SLA, yes. They were considered what is known as a vanguard movement. Vanguardism is the context of Leninist revolutionary struggle, relates to a strategy whereby the most class-conscious and politically advanced sections of the proletariat or working class, described as the revolutionary vanguard. They form organizations to advance the objectives of communism. That's why we have nursing associations, medical associations, psychiatric associations, this association, that association. It's the same damn thing. It's why we have all this stuff that is not about America's Constitution, all these agencies. They take actions to draw larger sections of the working class toward revolutionary politics and to serve as manifestations of the proletarian political power. This theory serves as the underpinning of the leading role of the Communist Party. And the United Federation Forces, well, that goes to this. This is the Compact of Free Association. The Compacts of Free Association are international agreements establishing and governing the relationship of free association between the United States and the 3 Pacific Island sovereign states of the Federated States of Micronesia, the Republic of Marshall Islands, and the Republic of Palau. These countries, together with the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands, formerly constituted the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands, a United Nations trust ship administered by the United States Navy from 47 to 51 and by the U.S. Department of Interior from 51 to 86. Actually, this compact goes till 2043 now. The compacts came into being as an extension of the U.S.-UN Territorial Trusteeship Agreement, which obligated the federal government of the United States to promote the development of the people of the trust territory toward self-government or independence as appropriate to the particular circumstances of the trust territory and its peoples and the freely expressed wishes of the peoples concerned. Under the compact, the U.S. federal government provides guaranteed financial assistance over a 15-year period administered through its Office of Insular Affairs. And they do this in exchange for full international defense authority and responsibilities. As far as the Office of Insular Affairs, this is a unit of the United States Department of the Interior that oversees federal administration of several United States insular areas. It is the successor to the Bureau of Insular Affairs of the War Department. Which administered certain territories from 1902 to 1939, and the Office of Territorial Affairs, formerly the Division of Territories and Island Possessions, and then the Office of Territories in the Interior Department, which was responsible for certain territories from the 1930s to the 90s. So we pay for all of this that's gone on. The other kind of groups besides SLA, Black Liberation Army, Black Panthers, Weather Underground, is Badge of the Assassin, May 19th Communist Organization, which came out as a branch, because they always just reinvent themselves and go underground or above ground, or both. May 19th Communist Organization came out of Weather Underground Group, Black Guerrilla Family, Republic of New Africa with a K instead of a C in Africa, Black Revolutionary Assault Team, George Jackson Brigade, Vanguardism, Propaganda of the Deed, New Black Panther Party, Black Anarchists. And much of it even goes back this far. The International Social Revolutionary Congress, 1881, London Social Revolutionary Congress, was an anarchist meeting in London between the 14th and the 20th of July in 1881 with the aim of founding a new international organization for anti-authoritarianism or anti-authoritarian socialism. So at the end of the day, it's mostly our government that wants to overthrow our Constitution and take us into this globalist system that's disgusting, and the people that support it are disgusting and not right in the head. And they started all with these terrorist groups.